Welcome to Heritage Food Stories, Episode 6, The History and Food Traditions of Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year is more than just a holiday. It's a global tradition shaped by agriculture, mythology, migration, and food. As Lunar New Year gains visibility across social media, this episode looks beyond the trend to explore the history, symbolism, and diaspora traditions behind the Spring Festival. I'm your host, Chef Murray, chef, food historian, culinary storyteller, and a lifelong passion for global cuisines, culinary history, and the stories behind the food we eat. Today, we're diving into the Year of the Fire Horse, Chinese New Year traditions, zodiac meaning, and lucky foods. Now, if your TikTok feed looks anything like mine, the Now I'm Chinese trend has people suddenly discovering Chinese culture, food, and wellness traditions. And listen, curiosity is great, exploration is great, but some of us have been studying, cooking, and learning from Chinese foodways long before it became a trend. So today, let's slow this down and talk about what Chinese New Year really is, where it comes from, why it matters, and how food sits at the very center of it all. So what is Chinese New Year? Chinese New Year, also known as the Lunar New Year or the Spring Festival, has been celebrated for over 3,500 years, dating back to the Shang Dynasty. Unlike the Gregorian calendar that most of us use, Chinese New Year follows the lunar calendar, meaning the date changes every year based on the phases of the moon. In 2026, Lunar New Year begins on February 17th, ushering in the Year of the Fire Horse. This isn't a one-day celebration. It's a 2-week festival rooted in agriculture, ancestral worship, seasonal renewal, and community. Historically, it marked a time to thank the gods and ancestors for a successful harvest and to prepare for the year ahead. Let's explore the legend behind the lunar festival. The most enduring explanation for why this festival is celebrated at all, year after year, comes from legend. According to folklore, thousands of years ago, a monster named Nian, whose name literally means year, would emerge at the start of each new year to attack villages. Over time, villagers noticed something important. Nian was afraid of loud noises, bright lights, and the color red. That realization gave birth to traditions still practiced today. Firecrackers, red lanterns, red clothing, music, and celebration, not just for joy, but for protection. Chinese astrology follows a 12-year zodiac cycle, with each year associated with an animal and one of 5 elements. This year is the Year of the Fire Horse, an energy associated with independence, movement, intensity, and transformation. There is also a belief that your zodiac birth year, known as Ben Ming Yan, can bring bad luck because you may be offending Tai Sui, the god of age. If this happens to be your zodiac year, the focus isn't fear, but protection and balance. That's where the color red comes in. So how do you ward off bad luck during Lunar New Year? People traditionally wear red clothing, carry red accessories, and eat foods believed to bring good fortune. They also set off fireworks. Foods during Lunar New Year isn't random, it's symbolic. Each dish represents a wish for the year ahead. Here are some good luck foods for Chinese New Year. These are the most important Chinese New Year foods and their meanings. Long noodles. Longevity and happiness. Don't cut them, ever. Nian is a sticky rice cake representing family unity and rising prosperity. Whole fish or shrimp, which represents abundance and prosperity. Fish symbolizes surplus, having more than enough. Dumplings and spring rolls represent wealth. The shape resembles ancient gold ingots. Tang Yuan are sweet rice balls representing family togetherness and harmony. And citrus fruits, especially oranges and tangerines, represent fullness, luck, and wealth. And of course, red envelopes or hongbao filled with money are gifted, especially to children and elders, as blessings for the year ahead. Another important part of the Spring Festival is language. Lunar New Year isn't just about what you eat or wear, it's also about what you wish into existence. So let's go over some Lunar New Year greetings and their meanings. Now, there are many traditional greetings exchanged during this time, often said when visiting family, giving red envelopes, or welcoming guests into the home. Here are a few. Now, guys, I don't speak any Chinese languages, so please pardon my pronunciations. Nian Gao Sheng means may you rise higher year after year, a wish for steady progress and growth. Gong He Zin Zi means good luck in the year ahead. Wu Fu Ling Ming means may the five blessings come to you: longevity, wealth, health, virtue, and a peaceful passing. Ji Xing Gao Zhao means may good fortune shine down upon you. Xinjiang Shi Sheng means may all your wishes come true. These greetings reflect that Chinese New Year focuses not only on prosperity, but on balance, health, integrity, and community. So, where around the world is the Lunar Festival celebrated? While Chinese New Year is most closely associated with China, it is celebrated throughout the Chinese diaspora and across Asia and the world. It's a public holiday in China, South Korea, North Korea, Vietnam, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Brunei, Mongolia, and others. It is also celebrated culturally in Thailand, the Philippines, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Japan, particularly in Okinawa. In the United States, cities such as New York City, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Chicago, Seattle, Houston, and Washington, D.C. host large Lunar New Year parades and celebrations. Across the Caribbean and the global South, there are also Spring Festival celebrations. It is a public holiday in Suriname with large celebrations across the diaspora in some countries such as Trinidad, Belize, Dominican Republic, Cuba, Aruba, Guyana. In Barbados, there is a Fire and Dragon Festival. Chinese New Year is not a trend. Chinese New Year is not an aesthetic. It's not a soundbite. And it is not something you discover because an algorithm decided it was cute this week. It is history. It is survival. It is migration. It is food as memory. So if you're celebrating this year, whether by cooking traditional foods, attending a Lunar New Year parade, learning a few greetings, or taking time to understand the history behind it, do it with respect, curiosity, and context. And if you'd like to explore Chinese diaspora foods shaped by movement, adaptation, and history, I'll link some of my favorite resources and recipes for you. So I'll ask one last time. Will you be celebrating the Lunar Festival this year? How will you be celebrating? Attending a cultural event in your city? Cooking a traditional Chinese meal at home with your family? Supporting an Asian business by going out to dinner to enjoy a Spring Festival meal? Teaching your kids about it, especially if you homeschool your kids. Thanks for listening today. You'll find the full article, recipes, and related resources linked in the show notes. For more stories where food meets history and culture, subscribe to my newsletter on Substack. I'm Chef Mireille. See you in the next episode.